I finally crawled out from underneath the rock that I live under and made it out to Dayton Hamvention for 2025. In typical 741 fashion, I had no plan ahead of time on how I was going to capture my experience at Hamvention. All I knew was that I wanted to record something and share it with you. Not to psychoanalyze myself here, but as somebody who has sort of social anxiety and is really quite shy, I knew that I wasn't going to be interviewing people for the most part, or walking around and sticking cameras in people's faces, or turning it around on me and walking around in public and kind of narrating what I was doing. But as I was walking around the Hamfest, I kind of realized that I normally approach situations like this, even when I'm not recording anything, as sort of a fly on the wall. I kind of like to just walk around and listen to what people are saying and just kind of tune into conversations as I go. Not only does it help me kind of learn about the hobby if people are talking about technical things, I can also just kind of learn about the people in my own sort of quiet way. So I realized kind of partway through the Hamfest that it might be worthwhile to kind of share that perspective with you. Although I don't really have the equipment to kind of do that. The only thing I had with me was my cell phone and my partially broken GoPro. This thing won't accept an external microphone, despite the fact that I paid for a media mod with it. The camera's just messed up and always has been since day one. So the clips that you're going to see have kind of poor quality audio. So please excuse that and try to kind of work through it. And look at this from my perspective as a fly on the wall as I walked around and tried to kind of pick up a few sort of interactions between attendees and vendors, both in the commercial buildings and in the flea market. I think you'll find it an interesting perspective. So just for this video, I want to ask you to kind of look past, especially the poor audio quality here, and let me know what you think of the actual content. Is this fly-on-the-wall perspective something that you'd like to see more of from my channel? Let me know, and maybe I'll invest in some better equipment, especially audio equipment, so that we can kind of be a fly-on-the-wall together at future events. I'm here at Dayton Hamvention 2025. And in typical 741 fashion, I showed up in the wrong place. I had to walk clear across the lot over there to get my media badge, which still feels a little cringy to me. I don't really consider myself media, but here we are, camera's on, so let's make the best of it. It is Thursday. It's set up, obviously. I'm going to wander around and see who I can bump into.
How the hell did you get that?
And then it was replaced. Well,
Charm.
this is the RF for the
Yes.
Oh, what? Yeah, what is that?
Is that
That's
a
the
loader?
field.
Is that
Oh, that is
have
proprietary
you able to
shit.
purchase that yet, or is that
No, it's so.
to review?
So I purchased the Optima 100 watt model,
Right.
and he didn't have any yet. Those still 2 or 3 weeks out. So Robbie gave me that, but I got to trade it back in when I get the Optima.
Oh, cool. Okay,
Yeah.
cool. Very good.
Excellent.
So this is yours? Or
For the moment.
For the moment.
I have to trade it back in. If I want the Optima, I have to trade it back
Video
in.
coming.
Very nice. Very nice.
That is way
Now I
heavier
see
than
why.
I thought.
Yeah.
Yeah. Agreed.
I was shocked.
Agreed.
That's pretty slick.
Don't drop it.
Good feeling VFO.
That is nice. That is
That's kind of the same VFO as on the 891 actually. There's no tension for it though, but and these are the speakers there. I might need to buy one of these. HF 6 meter, 2 meter 440. What do we got? Here's your 12 volt input. Oh, don't lose those. Jeez.
It's sticking out a little bit, yeah, and this guy's in a pretty big coach there.
Tuner,
So he's not coming
external
No, he's
speaker.
not coming here. He said he was going over there.
Going shortly, so just pull in here.
Yeah, just pull in here, that's fine.
How does this mean the force of the pads? It's fine and half. You can shorten the strip to whatever you want.
I also bought a dimmer unit so I can change the brightness. Otherwise, it's really bright.
I'm looking directly at the light of 125.
Yeah, so I put 2 of them up and then put a dimmer system up, and always mostly run it with a dim state dimmer.
That's my on top. That's a live shot from the top of my shop, and that's my backdrop. We're up about 6,000 feet. Yeah. So we're actually rotating that from here. And next step is I've got a 7700 up there with a 600 watt amp. So I haven't remoted it yet, but that's the next thing.
That's our goal with our radio club is to do. We're building a couple of remote stations. We got a couple of remote stations.
Yeah. Okay.
It's like, because that's the future. That is the future.
Yeah, man, that'd be cool.
We're going to be building one of our remote stations in a pond on top of a hilltop outside of Boston, where the WGBH towers are.
I know, but I'm saying, like, what if you want more? I'm saying, like, 7 megahertz band, whatever, 40 meters. It's all advantage, you can read it all, right? That's possible, maybe.
You mix it down with
Filtering, this is giant thing.
you can do that. I mean, that's just inductors, capacitors, and
Well, and they can manufacture all
that. Keep in touch. I appreciate it.
How many watts?
20 watts.
Okay.
So you can select, you can run it up like a VFO, or you can select, program in
That's real good.
different channels.
Yeah.
They're cool. Put a 9-foot whip on it, put it on your back, and you're good to go.
There you go.
I'd like to bring it down to Waynesville with $50 less.
I'll bring it there.
I know.
It ain't gonna be any less. You just post.
I'll have Lawson come over and
You
talk
just
to you.
post.
I'll have Lawson come over
I'll
and
deal
talk
with
to you.
Lawson. You
I'll
want
have
it for
Lawson
$1.
come over and talk to
You want
you.
it for $1.
That's right.
Hey, listen to EV Dave on YouTube.
We couldn't do anything with the combiner can, so well, let me try my hand at get running filters over to fast project. So got the tuning caps working and modified the loops a little bit, and voila! Congratulations. So now we of course made the harness pain in the butt.
Yeah.
It does not have the isolation that I would really like.
But it's adequate.
It's adequate. So.
Yeah. What's the power output of charge?
25.
Go down a little.
Yeah, okay. Well, I'm just having a quick walk around.
Yeah. Yeah, that's real handy.
Yeah, no, I've seen it, that it might be interesting to tunable. So
It's great, it is, yeah. It don't work out any in-audit or anything. That has to be considered.
well, that's 259.
Don't ask me if I can sell you this one because my partner bought it, and I want to go home. I came with these guys.
Okay. You don't have any more of these tripods, eh?
No, and this wire was in the top, making it short, and then I was able to have a loop inside.
Ah, yeah, okay.
Okay, so
Yeah, I totally get it. Yep.
He gives it to me to try and a tutu that I just bought.
He just puts in tutu.
It rotates by smoke. I told Larry, I was like, yeah, he sells them on eBay at used for $49. It gives the guy back that smoke too.
Like he told me, he goes, we go to an Indian restaurant, they'll serve it to us the way we expect it. He goes, you guys in America, they can't get that.
It's like in England, it's very
Yeah, and I'll ask for E level 3, so I get a little bit.
But that scope was from a different pile, so I got to pay you back the 5 separately.
If assuming they're all functional, I'd say bench test them
We will
first.
make sure they all work before I hand them to you.
Thank you.
Okay, so you want 3 more that you know work, and I just tested out that one.
My brother-in-law's asking what you want for that one.
I shut off the power supply.
Not done.
No one listens to it. You're teaching nobody except how to laugh. And he said, well, it's not your job to do that. And I said, I realize it's not my job to do that, but I'm just letting you know that nobody cares and nobody listens. The next morning, Sgt. Pepper's was on, except it was the musical version. They went to non-vocal heard music. So I guess it was kind of a one battle.
There you go.
When I left, I had to turn all the keys in, and they followed me to all the locks.
And well, I think it probably makes business sense to do a lot online.
Oh, yes.
We don't want to hear it. I know it's true.
It is.
But I think that sort of thing is contracting
Whereas the flea market, so that which I like walking around, is expanding.
Yeah.
You know, so it's individuals coming to sell things, to meet people.
Right.
You know, like a proper convention where you meet people and socialise and everything.
Right.
That is still very, very. That's what people need, and I still think it's very popular. I think from a corporate business sense, you know, large companies are tending to, you know,
Oh, they are. They're going more and more to online sales. It's not it's a mental state. You can be in an office and the supervisor is like 20, 30 feet away, rather than walk out and talk to you.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. So
So Cisco Brandon says, you know, weather slightly higher.
Right. Steady.
We'll work with anything that's TAA compatible.
Right.
Compatible.
Yeah.
That's why you probably.
I was looking at some compatible, cheaper ones. I suspect will work for me. So.
I do not have any of the off-brand ones.
Okay.
There's well. Yeah. So these are. Yeah, so FS is the off-brand they use often. So that'll relate to these.
Okay. Thank you. At least now I know what to have.
Postman, hey?
Twist that thing again. I want to.
Okay.
There you go. Look at that.
Go like so. Put the pin back in. Make your SWR adjustment, and you can also go all the way to this direction if you want.
Nice. And you make these all yourself?
I make them all myself. They make their bandpass filters and volumes all by their stuff. We all are within the same county, so we all work together.
Oh, that's awesome.
Is that the one you found out?
And this thing weighs what? Not even.
I think
not
it's
even
like 6 pounds.
Yeah, I was gonna say 5-6 pounds.
Yeah, and it costs a fortune to ship it to you.
Yeah.
Not the weight because of the stupid box.
It's the big, yeah.
But and this is all the tubes are 6061 aircraft grade. The tube inside are 6061 aircraft grade. So I can literally put this in my hip and jump up and down on it. Doesn't move.
Yeah.
No bending, no anything. So yep, that's it. It's welded here, here, and here. It's 2 3/4 inside diameter. So it'll take just about any mast out there right now.
Yeah, yeah. And you got a set screw there.
Yep.
Yep.
Aluminum nuts welded on.
Nice.
So the only steel here are the bolts.
Okay. That was my fly on the wall perspective from Dayton Hamvention 2025. If you enjoyed this perspective, let me know down in the comments. Like I said earlier in the video, if I get enough positive response from this, I may invest in some better equipment and try this again at other hamfests that I attend. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. 7-3 for now, and thanks for watching.